In this section, I want to show you how to use Pictory to turn a script into a video, and I want to show you a much deeper dive than we did in the previous section to show you all the different tools you have and all the options you have inside of Pictory for generating videos using these AI tools. Now, my personal background is in video production. I've been creating videos for 15 years in the educational world through my production companies for all kinds of different businesses. And all these different things that Pictory does for you are still to this day, when we do it as a video production, are very step-by-step. You have to get a writer for writing the script, for example, voiceover talent to read the script out loud and record it in some kind of a nice studio. Then we have the video editing process, which requires us to license all the different clips that go along with the video. We have to individually find those. Sometimes it takes the editors many days to complete maybe a 5-10 minute video at the higher level because we have to find really perfect clips. Sometimes it takes an hour just to find one clip across multiple different platforms. Again, this does a pretty good job on the first pass automatically. So let's jump in here inside of Pictory. And anything from my background in video production, when it's relevant, I'll mention it too. Because again, hiring a video production company to create these could be thousands of dollars just for one video. This again is not gonna replace that. That's at the higher level, so you still may need that for your business. But this is gonna give you a lot of useful content, basically without very much effort. So again, I'm gonna start with script to video. I'm gonna press proceed here. And here in the script editor, I'll just basically put in a video name and I'll go ahead and generate the script again using ChatGPT, and I'll paste it over here. And here's a prompt. You could go ahead and use this prompt formula for these kind of scripts, works pretty well. Write a formal, detailed, informative, and educational video script explaining large language models like ChatGPT to non-technical people. So explaining large language models, that's basically the content that I want to create. So you will put that over there. And then non-technical people is my target audience. So all you have to do is change those two things. Avoid using any creative or promotional language. Keep the tone straightforward and stick strictly to the facts. And I added a bit more because in this case, it's going to basically give you different clips you might want to use, ideas for that. But since I'm having Pictory take care of that part, I'm gonna also add, keep the length to 500 words and only share the narration text. So basically what the voiceover is gonna say, nothing else. I don't want it to give me ideas for the different clips I need to use. Pictory will do that for me. And here, all I have to do is I could basically go ahead and copy the different sections I want here. So I'll just go all the way over here, but it wrote quite a bit of text for me. And I'll just go over here and I'll paste it. If I want to take out any words like narrator needs to be taken out, I could either ask ChatGPT to do that, or I could quickly just go ahead and remove that. And then the title, it created a title for me, educational video script, understanding large language models. That's the name of my video. Perfect. It gave me a title that I could use. So what I do typically with these is I may get a version of it that's a blog post, so it's text underneath my video. In a lot of my videos, you'll notice there's text underneath. A lot of that is AI generated based on my script. So I give it the transcript instead of having to write from scratch. So I would do the same thing with this video. And then I would post the video across different platforms like LinkedIn or YouTube, for example, after it gets created. So that's how you basically could take content and get a lot of distribution for it. And this lets you resize it too, so you can make short format content from it. Now this highlight option, I did not go over in full detail in the last video, but basically what it does is if you think something is very important, like large language models, like ChatGPT, I need to highlight it. It's gonna make it bold. So even things like ChatGPT, I could highlight it, or even entire sections. Okay, so maybe this whole section I would wanna highlight as well. Maybe this is important, I'll highlight that as well. So anything that you specifically want to highlight, go ahead and do that. But it does do that automatically as well based on its understanding of what the script says. So you could do that in this step, or you could always do that in the next step too. The automated setting that I mentioned, the automation, is auto highlight keywords. That's turned on. If you want more control, go ahead and turn this off. Auto visual selection, make sure this is definitely turned on. Okay, so not much here that you need to worry about, but I usually just go ahead and go to ChatGPT and I just go ahead and press Command C or Control C. That will copy it. You could do the copying from here too, but I notice if I just copy it this way, it actually keeps whatever type of formatting I have. So I'll copy the text here and then I'll go ahead and press Command V or Control V, or you could paste from the clipboard. This page is very straightforward, not too many settings to worry about. I'm going to press Proceed here, and it's going to basically take me to the template page. The template page, again, I showed you briefly in the quick overview video, but all these templates are fully customizable. So you don't really have to worry too much about which one you choose. So I think I chose this one in the last video. Let's choose this one. But if you hover over them, it's really based on how the captions come on screen and the colors of the captions. That's mainly your template options. Again, you have a lot of them and they keep adding to them. I'll choose this one in this case. Then you want to choose the size. Again, in this case, if I'm going on LinkedIn, on YouTube, for example, I'm going to create that 16:9 and I'll resize it if I want to go short format. In this case, I'm making educational content that's longer format. One of the favorite ways I market anything that I have to sell is provide a lot of value up front for free through education. So that's why I love this platform, makes it really easy. So I'm going to choose 16:9. Then this goes and searches the visuals, right? Because it needs to put different video clips to go along with your script. That's the manual process I was telling you about. My editor, we use a platform called Envato Elements. It's a stock footage website. And we basically have to pick all our stock footage, all our music, license, all that, pay for that subscription, and then add them manually in an editing process. This did all those steps, right? It took basically the script and it found different clips. If you look down here, we have scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. All the different scenes are different clips that is putting in the background like this, right? And the text is laying it over. Again, that's a manual process inside of most video editors where you got to go ahead and do that. So if you come from the video background, if you've ever made a video, you'll notice this saves you incredible amount of time. And this is why I wanted to make this course. Because in the world of video creation, from education to marketing to ads, this is very, very useful, right? So let me show you basically what's happening. And then in the next video, I'll walk you through the different steps that we need to alter to really customize this. Because right now it's technically done, but it's not going to be a great video unless you put some amount of manual effort to kind of customize it, or at least go through it to make sure it's not making any mistakes that you don't want in your final video. Over here, the script from our first page appears over here, and it chooses to break it up from each scene that you see over here. So scene 1 says, welcome to the overview of large language models, then scene 2. And if you click over here in the scenes, it will also change this side over here. Same thing on the bottom as well. You could jump around, and you could see on the text side, it's jumping around which scene we're in. So these scenes over here match the scenes down here. And I could just grab this here and scroll over to see how many scenes I have in total. And there is always an intro outro scene too, right? So that's basically what the layout over here is. You could always preview the entire video by pressing preview. You could download it when it's done over here. And anytime you want to just preview one of these pages, one of these scenes, you press this option over here. But that's the layout of it. In the next video, let me go through the visuals, because after the story is set up, which is what we see over here, we need to go to the visual tab and we need to change or make decisions if we do want to change. Maybe everything's perfect, but in most cases you may want to change some of these clips. So I'll cover the visuals and basically your editing process of Pictory in the next video.